Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today we're going to be checking out the patch notes for patch 1.2.13. If you didn't know, this is going to be one of the biggest patches as far as balancing that we've received. That's what's supposed to be a big patch for balancing. So I'm taking my first look at them live, so you guys are going to see my reaction. Like the video if it helped. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more news on TFD. We'll start posting some build videos after this tuning if it's good enough, or I'll just post the build videos anyway if we're waiting for more. But let's jump into it. Also follow me over on Twitch because I will be live nearly every day. I'd love to see you guys over there. Let's jump in. So first things first, maintenance free patch, midnight or 00 this morning, Thursday, if you're awake like I am in the Pacific Coast. Okay, so Descendant rebalance. All skill values are based on skill level 4. So let's take a look at Jayber. So it looks like we've got some grenade throw changes. Now, sorry, I didn't mean to say Jayber. I'm going to say Lepic. We'll worry about Jayber next. So I actually play Lepic quite a bit. So this is interesting. So MP cost has been reduced from 35 to 15. The damage has been doubled. This is what you want to see right here. This is what you want to see, and I'm really excited to read all these patch notes because this is absolutely insane. That is a double buff. That is double the damage for his grenade throw. Overclock, MP cost reduced from 24 to 20. Overkill cooldown adjustment, 65 seconds at level 1, 70 seconds, so on and so forth, 80 seconds at level 4. Now it's 70 seconds at all levels, which is great. So reduction of the cooldown, which means that we're going to be able to use it more. I don't know why it would be a longer cooldown at level 8, or level 4. It's going to be kind of hard to read. I'll try to zoom in a little bit, guys, but I will leave the link to the patch notes in the description as well. I'm going to read all of them as we go. This is very big. So the increased efficiency module fire rate has been increased by 60%. That thing was useless before. I think this is probably going to be my go-to mobbing build with Lepic now, because also the damage was doubled, 370% to 741%. So Lepic got an insane buff. Let's take a look at Jayber. So Jayber's assault turret, the HP and the MP have been increased from 75 to 100%. Skill power from 75 to 100%, and shield. The reactivate does 4,022% damage instead of 2,000% damage, so double the buff. And then we've got immediate purge code, which is his Transcendant. The explosion damage went from 1440% to 4,321%. That is a nearly 4 times damage buff. The electric AoE damage has doubled as well. The pile it leaves, I imagine. So 262 to 524. And then we've got the Blair buffs, which is supposed to be pretty big. So this one's a little bit longer. So we've got burn damage has increased equally for all modules and skills. Burn damage has been doubled from 40% to 80%. Then we've got the, I guess I can hover over this and you guys can see it a bit easier maybe. We've got the Blaze Up Flame Zone damage has been doubled as well from 36 to 72. Burn Taste has been tripled from 152 to 457. Incendiary Bomb, the Flame Zone damage has been doubled. Then we've got the Truly Deadly Cuisine. That damage has also been doubled, which is insane. That's going to do some very big damage for Blair. That is going to be a very big burst build, so 6,800% to 12,600%. Backdraft had his Flame Zone damage doubled as well for Blaze Up. And then we've got Deadly Cuisine. We're going to start at the top here with Deadly Cuisine. So Giant Fireball has been quadrupled, 407% to 1,600%. Small Fireball has also been 4x'd. That is 600% to 2,400%. Then the Flame Zone damage has been doubled from 36 to 72%. Classic Chef also doubled the Flame Zone. And then Deadly Cuisine, we've got Giant Fireball and Small Fireball all receiving the same buff there, quadrupled, and then Flame Zone damage doubled. So Luna, all skill damage has been adjusted for Noise Surge. Normal damage has been doubled from 144 to 288. Enhanced damage has been doubled as well, 148 to 296. Disturbing Noise has been almost doubled at 742 to 1,113%. Now, Esiemo. Explosion damage from that one has been increased from 16.7% to 2,072%. Then we've got Time Bomb. The cooldown has been increased by 1.5 seconds. The MP cost has been reduced. The radius has been increased from 3 meters to 4 meters. And then the damage has been doubled at level 4 from 439% to 945%. Then we've got Blast. The cooldown reduced from 2.7 to 2. Damage increase has been tripled, about roughly 35% to 90% per bomb. And then you've got the skill power increase up to 8 times. It only goes up to 4 times now. So I don't know. This is overall maybe a quicker burst window rather than stacking it 8 times. Still a very big buff. Cluster Bomb has been cooldown reduced. Damage increase per bomb is now 44%, up from 15%. Skill power increase up to 8 times. And now it used to be or it used to be up to 8 times, now it's up to 4 times, just like the blast changes. Explosion damage 143 to 260, and then burn damage 15 to 42, so doubled and tripled there. And then explosive propaganda cooldown reduced from 38 to 32 seconds. Explosion damage is now doubled at 3179, so about 1400% to 3100% damage. And then we've got some more for Esiemo. So this is going to be guided landmine. 14 second to 18 second for the cooldown, 3 meters to 4 meters for the radius. Explosion damage has been tripled, 1000% to about 2900%. RK explosion, defense decrease is now only 10%, down from 30%. The explosion damage has been doubled at 15,000, up from 7,000. Now the cooldown, it looks like has been also decreased from 2.7 to 2, and then damage per bomb 35 to 90, just like the other changes as well. All the same changes with creative explosion as well. Creative explosion just a 600% buff, and then the other changes are going to be for Enzo. Let's take a look at Enzo. So Enzo's explosive drone has had its damage doubled from 800% to 1952. Then we've got the MP cost reduction by 1. Also cooldown, stat cooldown reduced by 3 seconds. Reinforced front line duration has been increased by 2 seconds for Enzo. The firearm attack has been increased. The max HP looks like it scales from about 0.001% instead of 0.0009. So that's a 0.0001% buff, but it's also multiplicative. So we'll see how that does. I don't know. Concentrated fire. The explosive drone has had the stat cooldown reduced to 21 seconds. Cooldown and is 4 seconds to 0.5. Don't quite know what that means considering the stat cooldown is 21 seconds. MP cost is 21, down from 26. The explosion damage has been doubled, 940%. Now it is 2100%. Got concentrated fire at 76%, up from 1%. So that's wild. That might be kind of insane. Explosion damage has been, what is that, about 7x'd. From 51% to 330%. So explosive drone's going to go crazy with Enzo now. There's a lot of things that are going pretty crazy, guys. There's still so much to go. This is going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I can. I want to get all the points across. So Ines, the cooldown for Chain Lightning has been increased by 3 seconds. The base damage has been nerfed by about 30% from 207 to 170. That is nothing, guys. That is literally nothing. That is going to be hardly noticeable, except for in the long run when you're doing like big HP bars. But yeah, very big, very small nerf to her first ability. And then obviously the additional damage has been nerfed by 7%, not a big nerf either. Cooldown for Lightning Conductor has been increased by 10 seconds. That's doubled. That's unfortunate, but it needed to happen. She's completely busted and just completely breaking the game. I'm sorry to share my opinion like that, but I think this will be good considering other Descendants are going to be playable. Yeah, that's my opinion. Sorry if you don't like it. Additional damage to enemies inflicted with Conductor has been increased actually by about 90%. So it goes to 7 targets instead of 3 now. So that's actually a quality of life buff there. So that's actually quite nice. The base damage has been buffed substantially. The cooldown's just been nerfed. So maybe that's not as big of a nerf as I thought there. And then we've got the Snare Hunter. Stat cooldown unfortunately increased to 90 seconds. The projectile damage has been nerfed by about 100%, but it's only down about, that's like 25% nerf total in the grand scheme of things. Then we've got a 10% nerf or about a 20% nerf on the continuous damage, and then another like 20%-ish nerf on the current coils damage. The damage interval has been increased to 0.7 seconds, and additional damage to enemies inflicted with Conductor has been reduced by 4%. So yeah, Time of the Hunting Hounds, the cooldown has been increased by quarter of a second. The stat cooldown is increased by 5 seconds. The base damage has been reduced by about 100%, but again, that's not 100% damage reduction. It's only roughly like 30%, 33% or so. I'm doing very loose math. Keep that in mind. Additional damage to enemies inflicted with Conductor has been reduced by from 63 down to 38. So very interesting nerfs to Ines. Very fine-tuned nerfs, to be honest with you. This is very fine-tuned, except for Lightning Conductor with the big overall quality of life change. Obviously, with the cooldown being massively increased, the MP cost being reduced, and the damage being massively increased as well. Keelan, this is what I am excited for as well. So Keelan's Void Corrosion Explosion damage has been doubled, 245 to 491%. Additional damage also doubled from 122 to 245%. Acidic Decay has been basically quadrupled, but it's a dot, so 4.6 to 18.4. That's going to be interesting for the dot builds if there's going to be any. Onslaught, the damage for Onslaught has been increased double, so 797% to 1600%. Explosion damage also doubled from 900% to 1800%. Additional damage also doubled from 146 to 292. Insane damage there. Septic Gust damage has been tripled from 541 to 1623. Blood Rot has been tripled, also 422 to 1268. Third ability is going to do a lot more damage. And then Tremor, this is the one that needed it. Acidic Decay damage per stack has been nearly, looks like tripled, but it's about 2.5x from 1700% to 4200%. This is going to melt now, and that's going to be so fun. I cannot wait to get on in the morning and play this. I hope you guys follow me over on Twitch because I'm going to be having an absolute field day with all these changes. I've got a lot of the arcade tuning already unlocked, so I hope you guys come over there and hang out in the Twitch chat while I'm building all these builds. Also, maybe help me out with the builds because I can't do everything on my own. Focus on Prey, one of the modules, has been buffed by about 4x, so 288% to 864. Additional damage doubled. Acidic Decay damage also quadrupled there, so similar to the Void Corrosion. Onslaught also doubled. Basically, all the Transcendent mods, it looks like, have been kind of similarly affected on Keelan. So very, very big changes to Keelan. Mobile Strike, remove the restriction on arrow movement, which is good because they now have a ceiling into the hitbox. So we can now use Mobile Strike and actually enjoy going up and down and having a little bit of verticality. So that's very nice. Also buffs to the Mobile Strike there. So Ajax, let's go into Ajax. We've got a few more to go. We're about 11 minutes deep into the video. We got quite a few more to go. So stick tight with me, guys, and we'll continue to read the notes. So Event Horizon, Firearm Explosive Attack increased by 20, 40, 60 at each enhancement level. Huge. I don't play Ajax a lot, so you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments how big this is. Void Walk, 35 to 25. That's actually big. I know that. The damage has been quadrupled. I know that is the build I like using. The stun duration is from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Expulsion, base damage doubled, and then the enhanced skill damage has been nearly tripled, about 2.5x again, or 2.3x, so 1400% to 4000%. Void Explosion base damage for the Transcendent mods there on your screen, 1000% to 3000%, so tripled. Enhanced skill has also been quadrupled. Sub attack damage increased 80% to 160. We're not going to see any melee builds unless I see other melee changes in this build, but probably not. Void Charge base damage has been quadrupled. Stun duration also doubled. Base damage for the Expulsion has been about 2.5x'd. Enhanced skill damage also 4x'd for Void Charge there. Matrix Recomputation got a 4x damage on that. Body Enhancement, base damage 4x'd, MP cost reduced by 12, stun duration increased by 2 seconds. Expulsion, base damage doubled, enhanced skill damage almost quadrupled again, 3x'd, or almost 3x'd, I mean, sorry. That's about 2.5x again, and then a 33% reduction in MP cost. Okay, these are some big ones too. We've got Kyle and Bunny. Okay, so Kyle, Repulsion Dash has been doubled, base damage has been doubled. Magnetism Spurt has been almost quadrupled. It's right around a 3 point something x increase in damage for Magnetism Spurt. Superconductivity Thrusters, oh my gosh. That is literally 26,000%, 27,000% has been buffed to 40,000%. Magnetic Force Proportional Additional Damage has been buffed from 12,800% to 38,000%. Kyle is going to one-shot. He is going to one-shot things. That is crazy. Collision Instinct base damage has been doubled. Stun duration also increased by 2 seconds. Self-directed Eruption. The height range has been adjusted from 3 to 4 meters. The base damage has also been quadrupled. Actually, a little bit more than quadrupled, it looks like. Diamagnetic Bulwark, base damage tripled. Not really one that I plan on using. Superconductive Bombing increased by about 33%, 800% to 1200%. Now let's look at Bunny. This is a pretty big one. Bunny. So Bunny is going to be Thrill Bomb, has about a 4x damage increase, which is crazy. Maximum Power had a 2x damage increase from 500% to 1100%. Electric Condense, base damage from Electric Condense has been 2.5x'd. That is wild. Superconductor, Thrill Bomb, base damage has been increased by about 5x, 6x, so Superconductor. That's interesting. We might consider running Superconductor now. That's it's only about 100% increase from the regular Thrill Bomb now. Electric Charge, base double jump has been about 4x, so 200% to 740. Charge, max damage on double jump is 273, but there's another page, I think right here, yep, to 969. So 273 to 969. And then High Voltage, Thrill Bomb base damage has been 3x'd as well from 215 to 747. Now we look at Gley. So Gley, Life Sphere generation condition has changed. When Gley defeats an enemy, when Gley or an ally defeats an enemy. So now, if you're in a group, all those spheres are going to spawn, and you are going to be able to blow all of them up. Guys, this is insane for Gley's mobbing potential with with abilities. So added a limit of 10 to the number of life spheres. Okay, maybe not. Only 10 is kind of crazy, but we'll see how that does. It's a 370% to 900%, so about a 3x buff. Damage during Frenzy also from 600% up to 1600%. So this might put Gley up there, but we're really going to have this. She's still, I don't know. This is a lot, very big numbers, so I can't really wrap my head around it right now. Let's look at the content improvements to wrap the video up. Fixed Inez's Chain Lightning and Floating Lightning to no longer attack targets that are blocked by terrain. So you can no longer attack through the wall. With Ines, Chain Lightning and Floating Lightning are removed if they hit terrain. Fixed an issue where the tooltip for Bunny's Electric Condense skill module did not reflect the skill power modifier increase in damage. Nice. User interface improved the sorting order of subcategories in the shop's popular categories. Added the walk option to the change keyboard and mouse buttons option. This option requires key assignment. Only works while running and moving while the key is pressed. Switches to the walking mode. Miscellaneous corrected the term event skin in the descriptions of some concept skin items. Event, the new login event, Blair, ready for deployment, has begun. Go to announcements, added a 14-day login event. So this is from April 3rd to April 30th. Maybe. That's not 14 days. That's 27. We'll have to take a look at that in another video if you want to take a look at the event, or check me out live on Twitch tomorrow. I'll be going over the event probably. Content, fixed an issue where 2 or more descendants interacting with an object at the same time. Caused the, yeah, we already thought that was fixed, but apparently they didn't fix that. Weapons and modules, fixed an issue where weapon readjustment could not produce values slightly outside the weapon's option range. Oh, could produce values outside. Okay, interesting. Didn't know about that. Fixed an issue with the user interface where the help for module slots of normal descendants and ultimate descendants was shown combined in the implant mode UI. Fixed an issue where it was not possible to select different void erosion purge stage after clicking start public. Fixed an issue where it was not possible to select the selectable reward or kill score multiplier of other infiltration operation after clicking start public operation. All very small stuff, bug fixes and whatnot. Now, I want to read this because this actually is very long, guys, and this is very big and probably very important for the game, I'm hoping, so let's read it. So this is the director. Greetings, Descendants. This is the director of the First Senate, Min Suk Ju. This is the balance between descendants has been an important topic of discussion in the community recently. Successive releases of new overpowered descendants such as Ines and Serena have caused some content being cleared way more easily than intended. We're taking this trend seriously, and this rebalance is our first step toward addressing the problem. This rebalance focused on strengthening relatively underperforming descendants, using as basis the performance of Viessa, Valby, and Haley, who are the current baseline. Okay? However, we recognize that for some descendants, simply tweaking some numbers are not enough to bring out the best in them. We believe that the mechanics of certain skills may need to be reworked to achieve more meaningful performance improvements, but we had to adjust multiple descendants simultaneously, and we apologize for focusing on numerical balancing this time. We understand that you may find some changes inadequate because of that, but we'll continue to review and implement improvements to skill structure and design. So yeah, there are going to be some changes that aren't going to really add up. They're just a total increase of damage, but it's a lot of changes. Conversely, we determined that some of the descendants whose performance significantly exceeded the baseline and could impact content structure needed adjustments. Ines is a prime example of this, and her performance is significantly above the baseline, so we made some adjustments in this patch. Freya's performance is also above the baseline, but not so much that it breaks the flow of the content, so we've put the adjustments on hold. Interesting. Serena is a firearm-based stealer who we believe is currently significantly exceeding the baseline, but since she hasn't been released for long, we'd like to see more data before deciding on how to respond. That's basically saying, hey, she's busted. We're going to nerf her. Enjoy her while you guys want to or can. So take that as that message, guys. We don't believe we can balance all the descendants perfectly with this single patch. We'll continue to closely analyze post-patch data and make further adjustments to descendants that fall short of baseline or are overperforming based on community feedback. We'll also fine-tune Serena's performance along the way. We're also keenly aware that we've been releasing new descendants in an overpowered state. While the dev team does hope for the new descendants to be in the spotlight, we don't want them to be released overpowered to the point of breaking down the content structure. We're looking internally at the reasons for this recurring issue, and we're working to improve our development process so that we can deliver more stable and balanced content in the future. We're deeply grateful to all the players for this continued heartfelt feedback in the First Descendant. We consider this rebalance a step towards furthering refining the balance, and we'll continue to make adjustments and improvements based on play data and do our best to provide a better gaming experience. Additionally, in response to community feedback, we are currently working on improving Serena's wings so that they are no longer visible when she equips a common skin. The wings will only be displayed when she uses her skills, and this change will be implemented in the April 17th patch. Okay, interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is a very big patch. I really didn't want to make this video too long, but there is a huge amount of changes and very detailed ones at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to see you guys over on Twitch. Don't forget to follow me over there. The link will be down in the description, also most likely in the pinned comment. I have not been uploading as much, guys. That is solely because I've been waiting for the Descendant rebalancing. I had no idea they were going to do it this week, but we are pretty much back. This is going to change the way that I look at the game and a lot of people look at the game. I'm going to be able to actually build Descendants and have them do things instead of not do things. I have no doubt that some of these changes are going to be overkill, and I also have no doubt that some of these changes are going to be basically undertuned. They're not going to be enough. However, it's going to be very fun testing them and trying them out, so I hope to see you guys over on Twitch, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you're at. Look forward to the April 17th updates, and obviously I'll be playing until then, so yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.